I'm calling Rumpergate. All of this stuff. Am I impressed? No, I really am not. I'm not impressed. And here's the reason why. We're going to get into it, okay? First of all, let's go to Receipt Gate, right? Okay, the day started off with Fi coming live, right? Fi came live, and is it Fi or Coupon? Listen, I can't keep track of who how the live started, right? We first of all, we got the whole situation happened when Pizzaro dropped the secret StreamYard recording, right? On Ness and this Heat. Okay. And that was like early afternoon, and everybody rushed over there to listen because if you recall, yesterday when Pizzaro mentioned it and Bree talked about it, they said that there were two videos, right? One was Brianna's, and Bree's own was really like basically her and this heat call it truth. Now let's make it clear. Pizzaro always maintained that this heat came to them. Okay, so this heat came to them, and I don't believe that Pizzaro sought out to go and talk to this heat. Right? You guys know, if you've caught up, you know that this heat and Ness allegedly have broken up. In their words, in their words, right? So Pizzaro said, Bree said that her recording is for her and that can be bought, right? Basically, she's happy to call truce with this heat because she knows that that's going to get under Ness's skin, right? And all of that stuff. We talked about it. Go check out Bree's live if you want to get more detail into it, because Bree was live today. Then I did a recap on it, and also Bree was on Pizzaro's platform when Pizzaro dropped that intel last night. Okay, so when Pizzaro dropped the intel last night, she basically just kind of told us what was discussed, and a lot of people didn't believe her, and they were like, "Why don't you drop the video?" And Pizzaro was like, "Listen, Bree's video may not be on sale for sale, but mine is. If you give me enough cash out, I will drop the video." A lot of people didn't believe what was said because they felt that Pizzaro was lying. They didn't believe her. There was even a live of people talking about how they've never seen the recording. And it was ironic what they were saying, we've never seen any recording, whatever. The next thing we know, we got a notification, and boom, a 23-minute recording, StreamYard, private StreamYard was dropped on Pizzaro's channel. So go check that out. Dropped today's Sunday. That's when it's dropped. So if you're listening to this on replay after Sunday, go to Pizzaro's channel if you want to hear word for word is this heat and Pizzaro on the link talking about the situation. And you can hear all the information in this heat's own words. Okay. She really did say all those things. Okay. So that is, okay, that's the order. And then over on Receipt Gate, Coupon Therapy came live. Sean Bradley was live. These are all the lives that were happening. Okay. Lovely Love was live. Who else was live? Villanor came live. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick recap of the whole situation, right? Okay. So the first live was Coupon Therapy, right? Right now, as I speak, Fi is live. Now, I don't know if there's any additional receipt. Actually, the receipt today also was not receipting. Okay. And we're going to get into that. Okay. So Keep on Therapy came live, and Keep on Therapy was like, okay, Villanor, you're a snake. Some of the same stuff that we already heard, right? It's all of the same stuff that we already heard. You're disloyal. You're double talking. You're calling me a snake, and you're the one that's a snake. And as far as like this private Zoom that started, she said that was not a big deal about the private Zoom. It wasn't like any, like secrecy or whatever, that it was, they needed a place to go. Just like Villanor said, like when Fi was away from YouTube, they needed a place to go. And subscriber, that's a good thing that she kept the subby, like anonymous. I think that you guys should keep the subbies out of it. That subby was nice enough to sponsor. It was a subby apparently who sponsored the Zoom and paid for the year for the Zoom, right? Okay, so that's how we found out about, the details of the Zoom. So it wasn't like Keep on Therapy herself decided, oh, I'm going to have a sneaky Zoom. It turns out that a subby sponsored it. That way they can all have a place to go, right, and discuss. And Keep on Therapy said that that Villanor and her were like partners basically in hosting the Zoom, right? So my question is like, so did Villanor get kicked out of the thing? Because I'm kind of confused. She's saying that she left, they fell out, but Keep on Therapy is kind of making it seem like she kicked her out, okay? So to me, what I see is Villanor is distancing herself. Like, listen, I didn't do anything to harm you guys. All of this stuff that you guys are talking about, you're taking it out of context. I stand by what I said. I still haven't seen anything that I've done to be a snake. You guys are the one that is, like a snake. Villanor went on, Keep on Therapy went on to, like take digs at Villanor, like, oh yeah, you're talking about all this stuff about and trying to make it seem like people are beneath you, but you're the one that, like was fainting and falling asleep in Zoom, bumping into walls, that if anything, you probably got more money out of the whole Zoom meeting because people like either cash out or pay for stuff for you. So, okay. So while they're talking, they then showed, I guess it's a DM. Fi also posted it on her wall. I don't have that. I'm not going to post it. If you want to see it, go to Fi Babe's wall. It's on there. And I think it's on Keep on Therapy's wall. Right. And it's the same DM that Fi had showed before. And it shows like, a DM between, I'm assuming, I don't know, I guess it was both of them, and asking, okay, when are you going to be free to talk, whatever. And then you see there's a link. It's like a Facebook link, right? It's a Facebook link. And apparently they talked on the phone, right? They talked on the phone, and whatever was discussed, we don't know, because nobody has provided us information on what was discussed. Okay. Nobody has provided us information on that. So that was really the extent of Coupon Therapy's live, right? That was the extent of Coupon Therapy's live. All right. So then Villanor goes live, and she said, okay, she never shared the screen and shared MU's Facebook, right? She said that this Facebook is a public Facebook. Is that considered doxing? Okay. So what do you guys think? MU has Facebook. I don't think that I'm following her. I do follow MU on IG. Now listen, I already told you guys from years ago, I already know of MU, you know, that from Black Sector and all of that stuff. And I was aware that she had a Facebook, or not Facebook. I am talking of IG now. I am aware that she has an IG page, and her IG is public. I do follow her on IG. Okay. I follow her on IG, and I do believe her IG is, so, I mean, if you follow her, I guess doxing is when you go and expose information that's not public for malicious intent, right? So in this case, is this doxing? Did she dox her? It was dated August 2022, and at that time they had just maybe like started being friends. And Villanor is saying, listen, I didn't really know much about MU at that time, right? So I don't know what it is that I would have shared. If I shared her Facebook, I don't even remember the context of the conversation. I don't remember the phone call, but maybe I shared the link. I don't even know how or where I got the link from. I must have gotten the link from somewhere. She says she doesn't remember any of that stuff, right? Okay. She says she doesn't recall the conversation, and doesn't, like, she doesn't feel that she knew enough to share about MU. She said, like, fast forward now to, like, I guess maybe like later on, she said that one of the times that, like when she met MU, she too, along with everybody else, was, like questioning MU sobriety and all of that stuff. If you guys recall, MU got CPS called on her like multiple times. And one of the times she got her kids taken. In fact, I did a clip on that, and it's on my channel. For the people who are new, who are not aware, I'm just saying that so that you get the context of what Villanor is talking about, right? MU had this long thing last year, and maybe even leading up to early this year, where CPS got called on her and all of that. So whenever she started talking with Villanor is saying that during the time of the so-called alleged Facebook doxing situation, she didn't know enough about MU, and she, like others, didn't like really know whether to trust her or not, or believe what she was saying, because she was like, listen, for someone that's on meth, your skin looks pretty good, because if you see pictures of people who are meth, you see that their skin is really messed up. You look at MU's skin, she has, like, her face looks good, her complexion is good, her skin is very healthy. She looks good. She has great skin. She glows, like, she looks good. And so a lot of people, I remember that years ago, people said that, like, oh, she's lying because look at her skin. That's not a skin of, like, people were saying, oh, she would have lost teeth. There would be potholes on her skin. I remember this from years ago when they used to criticize MU. Okay. So Villanor said that when she changed her mind, which was after this whole Facebook thing, right? That MU, like, I guess CPS showed up, right? CPS showed up at her house, and she was on the phone with MU, and that MU could have had the opportunity to hide everything from her, but she didn't. She said that Villanor said that she was on the phone with MU throughout the whole situation, right? And that's when she really started seeing MU like, oh, wow, girl, you're really telling the truth, right? Because, like, I think they drug tested her. If you guys remember, MU said that she got drug tested, right? One of the multiple times that CPS showed up at her house, okay? One of the multiple times. One of the times they came and they drug tested her. And one of the times she, like, even like it was outside in the heat, California heat, and she fainted, right? She told the story. All of this stuff is on her channel, okay? So if you wanted, so in this case, I believe Villanor when she's talking about this, because I remember this. I watch MU, right? And I used to, like, post clips and highlight and stuff from her channel during the time that she was going through this difficult situation, right? So Villanor said, and then, like, to her defense, I would say the same. We've never heard anybody come out and say that Villanor exposed that, because if anybody would know, it would be the person that was on the phone with her when CPS showed up. We've never heard that story. So I'm kind of believing Villanor on this one here, right? Because if you're really a snake, and if you're really going to expose this girl, you were witness, you were on the phone with her, and you heard that entire situation, and you never once talked about it. If you talked about it, no one has come out and presented any proof, right? So I do believe what she's saying, right? The whole Facebook thing, okay. I mean, people are nosy. Who knows why they shared the link? And I can understand how MU must be feeling, because it's like, damn, you were my friend and you were sharing the link. It's not that it just only makes it look messy. However, at that time they were not friends. They had just, I don't even know if they had gotten to know each other. They didn't. That's what Villanor is basically saying, right? So so then at this time that this information was released, it looked like and I think Villanor was live, and you was live, right? And you went live. I kind of peeked in there, and what I did see was I saw, like Tracy and Kimmy were over there talking about the receipt that was just shown by Coupon Therapy, which was this Facebook link, and like basically saying it showed. They were like telling her, yes, Villanor did it. If that's your friend, she did it. I don't know if you want to listen to that in detail at great length. Go to MU's page. That's on MU's page, right? So Villanor, I guess, probably saw that, and she's like, I understand. I already apologized for that situation at the time. We didn't know each other. And you know that you and I are in a good place. I apologize for, like sharing that link. I don't remember anything about the situation. You and I are in a good place. We talk. I'm friends with you in real life. We prayed over the phone, all of this stuff, right? I've never asked you for anything. I've never borrowed anything. She basically kind of took shots at Tracy and Kimmy. I would never let anybody come to my platform and even like shade you or talk about you. And the fact that you had Tracy and Kimmy there was kind of hurtful, but that's something that I would never do, right? So she says like she doesn't remember anything about that link. But the interesting thing was that, okay, so that's basically the highlight of that live, right? I don't remember how long that Villanor's live was, but she came right back because apparently when I guess maybe people got word to her, like, listen, we clicked on the link that Keep on Therapy and 5 were showing, and that link is a different message, right? I shared her post on my wall. So if you want to check it out, go to Villanor's page. I think she did a short. She did a short and she uploaded it, right? If you want to get the direct link, if you're not sub to her, go to my wall. You will see where I shared Villanor's link to the shorts, where she said, here are the real receipts, right? She came back after her live to say, listen, they clicked on the link and apparently it's not the same one. The initials are different. I don't know exactly what that means. I think that was implying that, listen, the receipt that they showed seems to be doctored. Okay, so you guys go check out the receipts that are not receipting. Okay, so let's fast forward to Nessie Pooh and this Heat. Okay, so after this information has been dropped, right? Okay, about this Heat talking to Pizzaro and Brie. Okay, you can imagine everybody's keeping an eye on the community wall, and this Heat had posted something. We couldn't, like, is Ness gonna come live? So Ness eventually comes live. Ness, you could tell she was nervous because this is not the Ness that we know of, right? She seemed anxious, right? She seemed anxious for whatever reason. The situation, obviously, if you think it's a play, maybe she's nervous and doesn't want to mess up. If you think it's for real, then maybe it's because it's a hurtful situation. Whether or not it's a play or not, the whole thing is messy, right? Because regardless of what is said, that recording, that StreamYard that Pizzaro dropped, is still damning. It's damning because a lot of narratives were formed. Here I go. I'm gonna talk about Rompergate again because during Neatcation, you guys, all the stuff that's out now, you guys wrote it in the chat. All the people that were closing and saying, why are you wearing the same romper? Did you take a shower? Did you do this? Did you do that? Are you guys surprised at what this Heat was telling Pizzaro? You guys already said all of that stuff in the chat. So in some sense, you guys helped form that narrative that's out there right now. So you shouldn't be surprised. You should not be surprised, okay? You should not be surprised because you guys already were asking a lot of questions the whole time that they were in Miami and you saw her wearing that romper, however many days. Listen, here's my take on the whole situation. You cannot tell me, there is no way that I believe that Ness didn't take a bath, okay? You guys have to be real. How the heck are you going to be on live? Maybe she made a mistake by going there without having enough clothes or whatever the case. That's a mistake, okay? Will I do that? Absolutely not. I would have different outfits. I would have too much clothes, okay? I would have too much clothes and over plan. I will have more underwear. I have all of that. And if I don't have it, I will drop down. I will normally have a rental car and I will go and I will buy the stuff from either Walgreens, wherever, at the grocery store. That's why I like to have a rental car. That way you can get in. And if you don't have a rental car, you take Uber. Okay. This isn't the olden days where if you don't have a car, you travel and you're stuck. Listen, I'm not saying that is right. Whatever the case might be, they're not saying what it is, whatever. Okay. But she was in the romper. Does it look bad that she took a shower and came in the romper? Yes. I would have so many outfits. I would change in outfits. I will have like jewelry. I will probably do my hair. Whatever the case, it would not be me. Okay. But we don't know her situation. I'm saying that I think that because she went to her mom's house, right? and this Heat was in the hotel. If you remember, she told us she was going to her family. She was going to spend time with her family. So she left all of her stuff over there, or most of her stuff over there. We don't know what. This is also part of the reason why I'm thinking this might be might be a play. I don't know who's involved in the play. So there's someone is it's doing something, okay? Because right, did she plan to stay with this Heat for like a day or two, or whatever the case might be, right? So be that as it may, okay, whatever. But that's Rumpurgate because you guys called it. You were all up in the chat saying all that nasty stuff. And maybe rightfully so, okay? So that's why that narrative is out here. So this Heat really saying all that stuff. Are you guys shocked? If you followed the vacation, I wasn't shocked, okay? Because I saw all of that stuff in the chat. All right, so so Ness came live and she was like, listen, if anything happens to me, she started off the live like, like shaky voice, anxious. She did say, acknowledge that she was anxious. She said, if anything happens to me, this Heat did it. And you're like, damn, that's really sad. For me, I felt really sad for her to have to say that because it's got to be bad for you to say if anything happens to me, she did it, right? She went on to explain how she feels like the whole situation is kind of surreal. She said, yeah, no, I don't stink. And if you guys wanted to know she stinks, didn't Onside April come over there? Okay, I know Onside April hasn't really been on YouTube. Hopefully she's okay. And then Ness said that she also met with Angie. Okay, so there are people that can verify if she stinks or not. Listen, here's a narrative because I've heard this in multiple sectors. People like to use this narrative that people stink. Oh, they made up, they're musty, they stink, like they don't take a shower, all this stuff. That's like the narrative that, makes for, I don't know, if you're fighting or dragging someone, I guess. I don't know. So, but let's try to be kind of realistic. Like, no adult is going to be, even if you're like nasty or whatever, you're going to be on there knowing good and well you're on YouTube and you're going to get clowned for it. Okay. And I said that she doesn't stink. She said that, she was really disappointed and upset with this Heat because this Heat showed, like who she really is. And that, she was making threats to her. She said she feels stupid, like foolish and stupid. And she feels like the story that this Heat, like told on that private Streamyard with Pizzaro, she felt that story, that this Heat embellished and she lied. You know, she felt that she got threatened, and so she reciprocated, and and did the same thing with this Heat, right? Was it me, or did it sound like she threatened her right before she came to the live? Because that live was originally scheduled for 8, I think, and then it got pushed back by half an hour, right? And I don't know that it even happened on time. I think she may have been late. So how did she threaten her? Were they like exchanging text messages? Because I thought that they blocked each other, right? Um, she said, like, how can you talk about me stinking? I don't stink. And she said, like, first of all, like this Heat doesn't even use toothpaste. She uses what? Did I hear right? She said she uses coconut oil. Okay. And she said, like for this Heat to come out and say whatever it is that she said to Bazaar, like, why don't you come right out and say that in person? Like, I dare you. Why don't you come out and say it in person instead of talking to Bazaar, right? Ness felt that this Heat did too much. And, you could tell that she was upset, right? And she probably was like drinking to kind of help calm her nerve because when I heard her at the beginning, I was like, oh my God, like just take a shot just so that you can calm down because it's not the Ness that we're used to, hearing, right? Um, right. She said that she even said it herself that, like she seems kind of confused because she doesn't know if she's even making the right decision by coming live and talking about it. But, um, like nobody's going to threaten her and kind of get away with it. But in my opinion, right, uh, she said, I think kind of like I kind of like was thinking she saw that she didn't. She said that she didn't know how long she was going to stay over there with this Heat. But did this Heat even tell us this Heat had arrived there before Ness, right? Did we watch Ness go? Like people are forgetting. Did we watch Ness show up? This Heat was there first, like a day. Was it a day or two before? I don't know, right? She was there in Florida before Ness. So she was saying that she didn't know how long. I mean, that could explain why maybe she didn't have enough clothes or whatever, right? So she said that according to Ness, if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard her right that she has a lot to lose. It seemed like this Heat had maybe threatened her job. She said, "Oh, you're over there. Like you made true. You called truce with Brianna, and in the past, you said that Brianna's boyfriend is well, that's not her boyfriend, but now they're ex. So her ex-boyfriend. I remember when that story got out, like, oh, like the boyfriend is the boyfriend of a feeder, like always feeding Brianna food and stuff. And Ness was like, this Heat, you're the one that's a feeder because every time I turn around, you're ordering food and sending it to my place, right? Um, so she went on to like take little like like little shots at this. She said that she I guess this he has said that she was 5'8", right? But she said that whenever she arrived, right, the whole thing, when they planned about her showing up in the hotel, right? She was supposed to give her the alias. So now we know that Ness, we already know now that Ness doesn't know this. Well, she says she knows this his name, but I guess for whatever reason, whatever status that it is that was implied that this Heat or her family had, she has to use an alias, right? So she thought she was going to go up to the hotel and ask for the alias, but what happened was that she was on the phone with this Heat, and so when she arrived there, this Heat was like, "Okay, turn around." And when she turned around, what she saw was not a person that was 5'8", but rather a person that was 5'1". Ciao, I hollered. Okay, I was like, excuse me, what did you say? Right? What did you say? She said, "Oh hell no." I was like, "Bitch, excuse me, come again." 5'1" versus 5'8, that's a stark difference. Are you guys understanding? 5'1" versus 5'8, that's a whole 7 inches difference. Okay. She said she saw a bitch that was the same height as Mr. Magoo and Danny DeVito. Ness said that what she saw was not what she was expecting, right? She kind of implied, did she imply that this Heat might need wheelchair? I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know. It's because she's short. There are people that are short, right? So she said, so people were asking, like about the money and stuff. She was like, listen, I would say like in totality of the amount that she spent or given her, it was a total of about $4,000, right? That was given to her by this Heat, right? So she felt hurt not only by this Heat, but kind of like by Pizzaro, right? She said that I really sincerely like Pizzaro. And I've always said that if you know their relationship before this Heat even entered, I talked about this also. And Pizzaro also talked about this, but like because Pizzaro is a troll, people tend not to believe her. They want to put her in this like lesbian like relationship with her and this Heat and all of this stuff, right? So she said, I really like Pizzaro, and that's what Ness is saying. But she felt like, well, how could you go over there and how could you be trying to tell this Heat about me? And I've known you way longer than, been in this beef sector, and you know me way longer than this, and you are over there talking to this Heat, and she came to you to talk about me and say all these things. How could you even entertain all that? But I'm saying this like, wait a minute, Ness, I'm gonna have to call you out on this one, okay? I'm gonna have to call you out on this one. If you recall, when you got out of the discipleship, if you recall certain things, not even last year, maybe 2021, when that whole situation with whoever that landlord is that was kind of abusive, we heard all of that while Pizzaro was on live, right? It may have been in the old spaceship. I think it may have been the old spaceship. I don't, man, the time kind of like blends in, but we heard it. If you remember, like you came on there, we would watch you go when you came out of discipleship. We even knew when the elderly lady, so we know your relationship. We saw you, the Intel supported you and stuff on Pizzaro's panel, right? Even if you guys argue, it's never been this way. If you recall, you guys were dragging Pizzaro because of this whole situation with this Heat. People are saying that even though she's married, people don't believe she's married. They want to put her in a lesbian relationship. Whenever this Heat showed up, do you recall this Heat showed up and she was getting timed out because a lot of people didn't like her just because of the way she kind of like dropped down in the beef sector, right? She had the way that she talked and stuff. People were constantly timing her out, and Pizzaro had no choice but to mod her up as a protection, right? And then she lost a lot of mods over that. Remember? Remember? And then you proceeded to drag her. You dragged her. You dragged like this. He drug her and her husband, like all called her all kinds of names. So you cannot say, like you're disappointed. Like, yeah, I mean, you're entitled to say that like you feel kind of betrayed or you feel sad, or you feel like she's a fake bitch, right? But you guys drug her. Remember, you drug her, right? And that's one thing that she's always defensive about is her husband, right? Even though you guys, people in the beef sector, some people think that she's not married, right? She's maintained it, but they want to force that she's a lesbian, right? They've always said she's a lesbian. So, um, you know, so that was really the sense of Ness's life, right? She kind of like dropped just a few things. She's upset, but at the same time, I think you can feel that she's holding back. Here's my take on the part that people feel she's holding back. What do I think? My thought is that they're gonna get back together. Okay. So I don't know why people are gonna be shocked. They fought before and they got back together. Okay. So I'm not gonna come out here, like judging and whatever. We don't know the confines of their relationship because obviously they have something on each other. She didn't tell us all the stuff that they have on each other. That whole dirty you stink and all that stuff. You guys said that in the chat. You guys said that in the chat. So that's not new information. Okay. You guys are probably just not thinking clearly, or you're just kind of like taking the what is being dished out to you and then you're just going with it, right? But let's think about it. All the information that was released, you guys already kind of said it yourself. Okay. You didn't really need this heat to come out and say it. Go back to the need patient. I think J Don still has that video because J Don recorded it. Go back to Pizzaro's live because Pizzaro was live. Go back and read the chat. Go back and read Ness's live and see what you guys were saying. I was watching. Okay. So you guys should not be shocked, right? You should not be shocked at all of that information because if there's any threat going on, and as Ness said, she has a lot to lose. If her job is threatened, at the end of the day, when she turns off YouTube, she has to deal with whatever is going to come out. It's her real life. These people, this heat knows her address. She doesn't know where this heat lives or whatever. Whatever the case might be, if they're threatening each other, we are not hearing that conversation. At least it's not being told to us. The information you got was very minimal, right? You didn't see her going off on this heat. She was kind of like dragging her. That's like a light light. There's nothing like earth shattering or destructive about what she said about this heat. And even that, even what she said about Ness, that it's nothing destructive that you guys already didn't form in your opinion. So in this case, I feel that I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I'm just going to sit back and watch the story unfold. Do I think they're going to get back together? Yes, I do. Do I think that there's some sort of play in it? Yes, there is. Who's doing the playing? I'm not sure. But if you do the math, you could probably figure out who's playing, right? Okay. Ness is playing it safe because, she has a lot to lose, right? And when someone has a lot to lose, you can't come and play and be like giving opinions and tell them what to do, right? She doesn't want to unload her entire clip because I think she's waiting to see how this heat is going to behave. So I think that if you support her, you should just let her do what she feels comfortable doing. When she wants to share, let her share when she wants to share. And then we're just gonna wait. Do I find it ironic? Here's what I find ironic, right? Because as the Villanor, Babe Nation, and Fi Babe Gate is going on, so now we have a competing storyline and situation going on. Do you guys find that ironic, right? Because last week we heard all about Fi Babe and Villanor up until this week also, and then all of a sudden now we have new storylines. What are your thoughts about that? Okay, and as the Fi Babe and stuff, Fi Babe and Villanor story was going on, now we got additional people added to that storyline. We got Cuban Therapy got added, then Villanor. Okay, there's something that Villanor missed. Villanor, you did say you were going to talk about Lady Nika. You said you had some words for Lady Nika and you were going to talk about it today. I think since you didn't talk about it, I think you should let it die because I don't feel like it warrants that much energy. I don't feel like she made commentary just like everybody else. I would say let it go. Okay, they're coming for your friendship with MU, and I think that you should try to preserve your friendship because it seems like you guys are friends in real life. I would say focus on that and don't, focus on growing your page, girl, and do your thing because some of the, the stuff we saw, there wasn't anything that was earth shattering. Also, just Andrea said that she was going to be coming live. She got added to that storyline. We are waiting to see what she has to say. I don't know that she's come live. All right. Sean Bradley was live. The Jay Wilson story, we never saw anything to show receipt about. We heard Jay Wilson's name. There's no receipts to show anything about Jay Wilson. Okay. So Villanor was not doing any snakish thing to Jay Wilson because we have not seen any receipts. Where are the receipts for that? I don't know. Didn't see it. Okay. So while that was going on, we were all over there. And Rita, when I saw a notification, I'm like, wait, I saw something. I read the title, but I was busy trying to catch up to what was going on. So Rita was like, hold up a minute, Coupon Therapy. I know you're fucking lying, Coupon Therapy. Rita said, hold up, lady. You are the one that's a snake, okay? Let me come out here and bang on your head and expose you real quick. You guys know how Rita drags, man. I love me some Rita dragging, okay? I'm not gonna lie, so I'm kind of biased. Rita was like, hold up there, negra. Hold up there, negra, okay? You're calling someone a snake, lady? Were you not the one that was trying to get close to Lady Snoop? Were you not the one that I caught slipping and trying to be shady and trying to go behind the scenes with Lady Snoop, Coupon Therapy? You have the audacity to call someone a snake? you are the snake. And you never told Lady Snoop that you are from the nation because nobody knew where you came from. And when I saw that action going on, I had to let my Lady Snoop know. She was like, hold up, Lady Snoop, where art thou? Where are you, Lady Snoop? Where are you? This lady was trying to get close to you. And here you go. She never told you that she's from Babe Nation. And she is the one that's really a snake, okay? So go check out Lady Snoop never came out because Lady Snoop been like quiet, low key. She's like, listen, I'm not gonna be out here messing with you guys. If you want to reach me, access denied. You want to reach me, through the church lady because I'm no longer entertaining you fools. That's what Lady Snoop said. She said, goodbye, access denied. I'm not dealing with you guys. If you want to come to me, go through the church lady. If you don't go through the church lady, I'm not hearing anything you have to say. Okay. So Lady Snoop is like, you guys are doing too much. I don't want to be part of this crap. I'm enjoying my partner and I don't need to talk to you guys. Okay. So I don't know if Lady Snoop is going to come back and react. If you guys want to check out what Rita had to say about Keep on Therapy being a snake. So we have the beef sectoring. Okay. So the girls are really fighting. Listen, I don't know if anything happened over in the Mo3 sector. I didn't see anything or any back and forth. I do know that Isha came live and Isha did show receipts about like the whole situation with Jade and the baby daddy and all of that stuff. So go check out her live. As far as Jade and SD, I'm hoping that they will enjoy their vacation and stay the hell off YouTube because this shit. Are you seeing a pattern here? Are you guys seeing a pattern? If you are in a real relationship, stay the fuck off of YouTube. Get that shit off of YouTube unless you want to entertain the folks. If you're on vacation, enjoy your time and stay off of YouTube. Okay, you guys play entirely too much. It's okay to come on and do your, do your little live and check in and say, show some scenery and get the fuck off YouTube. Are we learning anything? We see two relationships right now, one in the Mo3 sector, one in the beef sector. You can see how YouTube is playing a part in destroying that relationship. Okay, well, I wouldn't go that far, right? Because it takes the people in the relationship to mess it up. But YouTube definitely plays a big role because people come live and they go to exposing. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Keep your real life shit off YouTube. Unless that's your channel and that's what your channel is about, then go right ahead. Whatever comes with it is going to come with it, right? Okay, that's all I have. Fi Babe is live. I don't know who else is live, but I am tired. I am going to try to edit this and upload this that way. Oh, Brie is live. So I'm going to go to finishing watching. I'm going to Brie's live and while I do some stuff and I'm going to upload this video. So when I upload this video, do watch it, do like it, do share and leave a comment. What else would you like for me to cover? Are you liking the uploads? Yes, I was going to go live, but it was too much. Like I figured like too many people were going to go live. So it's easier to just come and talk about the situation and do the upload. And you guys can watch it when you want. Put it on 1.5. I'm going to put it on like 1.2. That way it's not too long. It's like 40 minutes. I'm going to try to cut it down to less than that. Okay. I will see you in these YouTube streets and I will see you on my next video or next live. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.